What is happening, guys? Mike here. Welcome back to the channel for the final video of 2018. Pretty much every year that I've been on YouTube, you guys have asked for a video of me telling you what the best products of the year are. You know, pretty much the generic best of video that you're seeing probably all over YouTube right now, being as it's the end of the year. It comes around every year at the same time, the same people doing the same things. You guys have asked me to do that, and well, today I'm not doing that. Not doing it. But I am going to be sharing with you the products that I used the most from 2018. Alright, so before we get into the list here, let me start by telling you guys what this video is and is not, so no one's confused. This video will cover the products that I used the most in my personal time during 2018. This is not a best products of the year video, and that's simply because there's plenty of products that I think are awesome, but due to schedules or other reasons, I didn't use them as much, and I still thought they were great. Also, I need everyone to understand that by including one product from a brand and not another specifically, I'm not saying that I don't like the product. I'm simply saying that I, for one reason or another, just ended up using one more often, and therefore it's included in this list. It doesn't mean I don't like anything or I'm, telling you not to try anything. To be honest, I'm probably overthinking it a bit much, but I've been through this before. I've been through the whole, you didn't pick my favorite product, or why did you choose this but not this? The complaints are probably gonna fly no matter what, but I thought that I would try to cover the bases as best that I could. I'd also like to add that the list I'm about to present to you is in no particular order, meaning there's no best product, there's no favorites out of the ones I'm showing you here today. I obviously chose each product here today. I obviously chose the ones that I'm going to show you for a reason, but I'm not going to say anything is my favorite or go-to. So you can probably skip that in the comment section because my answer is always the same. I don't have a favorite, I don't have a go-to. These are simply the ones that I enjoyed. Obviously, I enjoyed them. If I used them in my personal time, yes, I enjoyed them, but I'm going to show you in a minute. There's a large list here. I don't have a favorite. That's just how it goes. Up first, though, in my list of most used products in 2018 is the Boy Perfect Putty. I've been using this since the beginning of the channel. It's one that I found to be very reliable. I think it works great in my hair, and that's why I obviously continue to visit it in my rotation. It's just one of those products that I always know that when I use it, I'm gonna get a good style from it. It's awesome. I've been using it forever. I'm gonna continue to use it. Love that smell. I think it smells awesome. I definitely think it's one that you guys should check out if you haven't yet. Definitely old reliable there. But let's move on here because next up we got the entire Loom On lineup. The original for me is a great pre-styler. I've talked about this a lot. It's always reliable when I'm looking for solid hold and a great foundation. Hybrid, on the other hand, also plays the part of a pre-styler here for me on days where I'm looking for something a little different from the original perhaps, and on those days, I'll pre-style with some hybrid for that extra volume and texture, and then maybe I'll finish it off with either Monarch or Cavalier, depending on the outcome I'm wanting that day. It's really all about giving myself options. Sometimes I want a slick and polished look. Sometimes I want something with more texture. Sometimes I'm looking for that real slick pomade look. And of course, Fifth Sample comes in and brings that to the table. I really enjoy it. I told you guys I really enjoyed Fifth Sample. Was really excited that they brought it back. Yes, of course, there are other pomades out there that I enjoy. First Hand Supply, Black Ship. There's a bunch of pomades out there that I enjoy. But if I'm being honest, I did find myself using this one a little bit more than those other ones, which is why it's on this list. Next up, we got the Stick More Clay. And this is a clay that I found myself enjoying quite a bit this year. This one here is definitely one that I enjoyed for the specific look that comes to my hair. Go back and watch the review if you want to see what it looks like in my hair and some of my thoughts on it. But this one definitely was a big part of my rotation for 2018, and I see it becoming a big part of my rotation in 2019 as well. I'm using it a lot. I really enjoy the look that it brings. I thought they did a great job on this one. Moving on though, we got quite a few things. I'm trying to get through things as quickly as I can here. Moving on though, we got a classic for me. This is a classic. Morris Motley Treatment Styling Balm. I really think this product just speaks for itself as far as results go. It's a classic for me. I've been using it for years. It's been a major part of my rotation, and I really continue seeing it as a major part of my rotation, probably in next year at least, unless something comes out that I like better, but so far nothing really has come out that replaces this one in my opinion. Next up though is another brand that's also very reliable, another top brand for me personally, which is By the Lane. I really don't think I need to spend a whole lot of time talking about how much I enjoy the brand. You guys already know I love their combs. I've been a big fan of their products forever. I'm just overall a big fan of their line, their products, the whole thing. And yes, they do have a big line here, but when I was making my list, I thought, yes, I do frequently use the other products in their line, but if I'm being honest, I used these three the most, which is the Silver Fox, the Gold Digger, and the Dynamite Clay. I use these, I think, a bit more than the others in the lineup, and again, nothing against those. I just happen to use these a bit more. Beyond the waxes too, the By the Lane Blow has been one that I occasionally use on lazy hair days because it works really well by itself to keep the hair out of my face, looking decent, and it works really well by itself, which is something that I've always been surprised about with my thick hair. The fact that this has got enough power to keep my thick hair out of my face, I think it's awesome. Of course, the Sidekick is also a pre-styler that's in my rotation. Sometimes I will use it alongside Original by Loom On. Sometimes I'll use it alone. It's just one of those things that I'll grab just to change it up every once in a while. And yes, that includes the Sidekick Zero as well. I don't really prefer one over the other, to be honest with you. I like them both. It's just kind of like whichever one I grab first is the one I use. They're both in a drawer, so I just open it up and just kind of grab one. Of course, I also really enjoy the By the Lane cleansers as well, but I'm going to talk about that here in a second when we actually get into my big cleanser bin. We're going to move on now, though, to the Salon Guy, which is another brand that I think has had a really awesome year. I have really enjoyed the stuff that the Salon Guy has brought out in 2018, but narrowing down my list a little bit, I find myself reaching for the 25 spray and the pregame a little bit more than others. Pregame has been really nice for my usual style. I love that big shift and the fantastic hold in the 25 spray. This is something I pretty much use all the time. It doesn't offer up any actual hold or anything like that, if you guys remember from the video. It just makes your hair feel really nice and smooth. It takes away all that frizz. So whether I'm using a pre-styler or not, most of the time I'll just spray some in my hair and then I'll apply my pre-styler, or sometimes I'll just blow dry it without a pre-styler because I know that it's gonna be really smooth and easy to work with. So this one is just a great option for me. It makes my hair nice, soft, healthy. Great product. I use it all the time. Moving on though, we got Enigma from the Lockharts. This is one I relied on a lot this year in my personal time as part of my pre-styling team. I really love the mixture of hold and texture that it provides as a pre and post styler. This one is easily a one-stop shop, and there were quite a few days where I was limited on time and I just reached for this guy. Done deal, super easy. But right now, we got one more pre-styler that I want to mention, and that is the Texture Tonic from Damon Barber. This is a fantastic texture spray, and I've talked a lot about what it does for me and why it works so well, and I found myself taking advantage of this a lot in my personal time. And before I forget, real quick, let me shift over to the Beard and Stubble Softener. This is one that I used a ton. I bought, I think, 3 bottles of this year alone, and I just really enjoy it. I like how it makes my beard look. It feels really soft. It smells good. It conditions the skin underneath as well. And I just really enjoy it. I think this and the Texture Tonic were used quite a bit. This is actually almost empty. I think I actually used a couple bottles of this year. So these two, definitely great products. I really enjoy them. Use them all the time. I think that's it for the styling products. I know that was a lot. Stick with me here. I got a little bit more to share with you guys. As far as tonics go, I only use a couple consistently. I have one that I mix up myself that I use a lot. I use one from Templeton Tonics. I think he makes a great product. Very awesome guy, very talented brewer. And then there's the conditioning oil from Arcadian, which I sometimes also just add to my hair on lazy days by itself, and it works out nicely and keeps things presentable and out of my face. I think I've actually worn just this with no product in a video once. I think it looks great. It just keeps it, you know, nice high part, keeps it out of my face, looks great. It's also very healthy for the scalp, the hair follicle. You run some through your beard and your face. I even, you know, rub it on my hands and elbows sometimes. It conditions everything it touches. Just a really nice and healthy product right there. Now though, I'm gonna share something with you guys that I've talked about a ton, but never actually shown you, and that's my cleanser box. I've talked about this a lot. What this is basically is a box that sits outside my shower and it holds all the cleansers that are currently in my rotation. There is a ton in this box, as you can see. So let's go through a couple of the things here. First off, we got By Vilain. I got some of the old By Vilain stuff in here. Let's see, we got Skyline Breeze, we got Detox Me, we got Rush, obviously, that's their new stuff. I use that all the time. We got Suds by the Salon Guy. This is my son's main shampoo. This is what I use with him in his baths, and it's great. Sometimes I'll actually use it on myself too. If I need to wash my hair, I'll just run some through my hair too. It's really awesome. It works for adults as well. It's not just a children's shampoo. Speaking of the Salon Guy, we got Pure. I use this all the time. Great shampoo. Really love that. Let's see. Clay cleanser. We just talked about this in the shampoo search. Of course, that's in there. Knocking things over. Of course, we got the Morse Motley Treatment Cleansing Oil. We talked about that recently. That's in there as well. Of course, we got the Groomed Man Co. I've said this a million times. This stuff is amazing. It's my secret weapon when it comes to testing a bunch of products at once and keeping it healthy and making sure all the product is out of my hair. This is the must-have hair and beard set. I have both of them in here. Great products. Always use them. Speaking of Groomed Man Co., I want to mention real quick too, the Face Fuel. This is facial cleanser. This is a great product. I've used about 2 full bottles of this year. This is what I use to wash my face. Most of the time I just put it on in the shower. Great stuff right there. Let's see, the rest of this, we got O'Dowd's, we got Iron Heritage, we talked about that. This is a new brand we haven't talked about yet. This is called Formulate. They make custom cleansers, so everybody that orders gets a custom cleanser. It's really cool stuff. Super interesting. And I think that's pretty much it. So you can see, you know, when people ask me, what's your favorite cleanser? I got like 20 in this box. There's no way that I'm gonna choose a favorite. No way at all. But speaking of those cleansers, let's real quick talk about my body wash. Body wash, I keep it pretty narrowed down. There's 2 that I'm using and that I've been using forever that I'm super happy with. 1821 Man-Made Wash, and this is new, the body wash from the Salon Guy. It's new to me, I should say. I just got it, and really it's been the only one that's worked its way into my rotation to compete with the 1821 body wash, which is one that I've been using for a couple years now. I've tried other body washes. I've been happy with some of them, but not as happy as this one, and then now the body wash from the Salon Guy. But that's pretty much it. Whew. I know, that was a lot. I do thank you for sticking with me all the way through. Hopefully you now can see at least one of the reasons why I don't choose favorites and go-tos and things like that. And I'm really glad to give you guys a little glimpse into how I do it in my personal time. I will, of course, list every product I showed you guys here today in the description, along with any available coupon codes that I can offer for those of you that might be interested. And now, for one last time in 2018, I will say thank you so much for stopping by the channel and checking out this video. I will be back with you guys again next year. Take it easy. I'll see you next time.